All right, I'm on. You got that? That's the bonus, right? I'm here. Freaking here. What you see? What you seeing? Nothing. It's nothing out there. There's a lot of wind. A lot of wind and rain today. Hot. Come on. We're gonna spell. There's Shelly. Hi back to you. Thank you for joining us. What story am I working on today? I'm working right now because I'm like, you know what? I just don't even feel like writing. I feel like crap, so I'm writing the Dine Days Patient Zero because I know I have not that much left of this to get to the next chapter. Thank you for asking. Happy positive Friday and such to you as well, Michael Schotter. To you as well. Happy Friday to you as well, Ben. Thanks for popping in. I'm positively exhausted. It's been a busy week and it's not over. No, it's never over. Tom Duffy in the house. Tom Duffy is crazy on fire. All kinds of stuff going on. Nothing is over. No, nothing is over. Nice. That's fun. But I've already hit. I'm already on the next page on this one, which is good. A few more lines, then this chapter will be done. Done with that chapter. Let's at least put together the next chapter. Kapow is right. Let's look at this other story now. Because this one will be due soon. There's Mr. Frank. There's Mr. Marsh. There's the Happy Friday gang. So I got a good story for you. What a love fest we got going. So my youngest, there's Nick Zen. My youngest daughter works in a smoke shop in Daytona Beach. Not a job I would hope she was working, but whatever, until she finds a regular permanent job. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Story time. Appreciate it. She works in a smoke shop. So yesterday she's working and she says a guy comes in and he's buying. Well, let me look it up. Let me see exactly what she said he was buying, because I don't know the lingos. So this was her initial. We used to call them head shops. No clue why. I don't know. I am not really into the any of that. What's a hen weigh? About 6 pounds. This was her text to me yesterday. I just sold little baggies to sell weed to the lead singer of Limp Bizkit. And I said, Fred Durst? And she said, who? I said, the lead singer of Limp. I said, there's no way that was him. And she's like, yeah, he was even wearing a shirt with his face on it. And he was wearing like sunglasses and a hat, but not a red hat, a baseball hat on backwards. And he tipped her $20. And she even said, because one of the other people who works there recognized him and said to her, you know who that is? And she's like, no. And he's like, that's the lead singer of Limp Bizkit. And she's like, oh, that awful band from like 30 years ago? And they're like, yeah. So she's like, oh, all right, whatever. And then, so when she gave him his change and all that, she said, thank you, appreciate your business, Mr. Bizkit. And he thought that was hysterical and he left. So I was like, seriously? But then I realized that Limp Bizkit, they're actually headlining tonight at Welcome to Rockville. So they're all in Daytona. All these bands are down there all weekend. I think it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's like 4 nights of Slayer's playing and Judas Priest and Metallica. Everybody's playing, but Limp Bizkit is one of the bands like co-headlining tonight or something like that. And I just thought that was I thought that was funny, because she was just so nonplussed that Fred Durst was in Daytona buying paraphernalia, whatever you want to call it, baggies. But everyone who walks into Jacksonville head shop claims they're Fred Durst. I always do. I always put a red hat on. I'm like, you don't know who I am? Except I do that in every Whataburger. You know who I am? Don't put mustard on my burger. I bet when he walked in, he was all like, oh yeah, get the fuck up, yeah. He walked in, he's like, I'm going to break stuff. They were like, no, don't, please don't break stuff. Some of this stuff is very expensive. I think I would be nonplussed running into Fred Durst too, yeah. Just one of those days. Exactly. Like he only answers questions in Limp Bizkit song lyrics. And Limp Bizkit is from my new metal glory days. Yeah, I'm a little too old for Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit really didn't mean anything. And my joke always, because for many years when they weren't doing anything, and living in Jacksonville, which is where they're from, my joke was always, I saw Fred Durst. Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to supersize it. He was working the Wendy's drive-thru. Please don't break stuff, Mr. Biscuit. Exactly. Thank you for the tip, Mr. Biscuit. Please don't break everything on your way out. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could get some dime bags. There you go. Right. So that was a good. I just thought that was a good story, because I'm thinking of all the bands at Rockville. That's the dude that came in. Like, they called to be like, yeah, some guy said he used to be in a band Slayer, and he's Kerry something or other. I'd be like, that's pretty cool. All right, you met Kerry King. That's pretty cool. Like, I could run into Fred Durst here anytime I want. So there you go. So there's my Fred Durst story. No, I don't feel like doing any of this today, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just tired. I got a good night's sleep. Yeah, my wife is home. Got a good night's sleep. It was bad storms. Nah, I don't have this, Peter. You could say, oh, you got this. I don't have this. Not today. We had a lot really bad thunderstorms came through. They're supposed to be here all day, but it's been quiet for about an hour. And the internet popped in and out. Somebody's got it, maybe. Maybe it's you, Ben. Maybe you got it today. You ain't got this packet in. That's why I like you, Frank. You're always with the reality of stuff. This is not your day, is basically what you're saying. And I get it. You know what? I appreciate your honesty. Maybe not anytime you want, considering you spend 90% of your time in our house. Yeah, that is true also. I left yesterday. I left the house yesterday. Yesterday I went with Amanda and the three mics and Win. Yeah, Shelly Rosa 88. That is my wife, Peter Marsh. So being respectful. I don't know. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Mr. Frank. Exactly. How is going? I am Peter Marsh. Nice to meet you. Yeah, the three mics. Young Mike, old Mike. And I don't want to be racist, but Black Mike, because he's an African-American gentleman. Or we call him Mike number 3. So the 5 of us, is that 5? 6 of us. 6 of us went to Chinese buffet on Atlantic every second Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. when they open. We hung out for 2 or 3 hours. It was a lot of fun. And it's freaking hot. It's hot in the place, but it was also hot outside. The three mics. Whoops. 90% why you lowballing. Yeah, that's about right. And then I had therapy at 3 o'clock. Talked about all you people. And last night I listened in 8 o'clock. I listened into Lee Child. Shelly says hi to Peter Marsh. I listened to Lee Child and Andrew Child, his brother, did an interview for the International Thriller Writers. That was pretty interesting. Especially to find out that Lee Child is a total pantser. And writing all the Jack Reacher books. He literally has no idea what he's doing. He just starts writing. Which I think is cool. The 3 Mike Amigos. Julia Child, Problem Child. Right. All the Childs were there. Wild Child. Exactly. So, Andrew Child is really James Patterson. You know what? That could be true. He kind of looked like him, but not really. Watching the video, though, Andrew Child has a much better sense of humor than his older brother Lee. I will say that. I will actually talk about it, a little bit of what I learned about them tomorrow. If you are going to be around at the I think it's Southeastern Library, 1 p.m. I'm doing a talk with Claudia for the River City Writers 1 to 3. And I'm going to be talking about pantsers versus plotters. She is a plotter, supposedly, and I am a pantser. Claudia Schiffer, yes. So he doesn't write books under different names. No, Lee Child only writes Lee Child books. But he's written with his brother now. They got a new book coming out. A new Reacher book with both their names on it. And I think they're going to do 4 books together. And then Lee Child is retiring. And then Andrew Child. And Child, by the way, isn't their last name. So his brother had to change his name for the books. And then the next set of 20 years worth of books or whatever will be Andrew Child books. Oh, Mr. Frank, that's inappropriate. Would you learn that Tom Brady roast? Awful. So, it was interesting. I like watching those. The next one up is S.A. Cosby. Next Tuesday afternoon, they're going to do a International Thriller Writers, which I am a part of. We'll do an interview with S.A. Cosby, so I'm looking forward to that. I write my own material. Thank you very much. I feel like Mr. Jeff writes all your material and you just use it. Well, that's that. S.A. Cosby offers you any pills, the line to take them. No, it's a different Cosby. It's a totally different Cosby. Peter Marsh, if you're still on, I did another walk and talk with one of your questions today. This is on Patreon. Check that out. Pudding Pumps. Coincidentally, I want to remind everybody to resubscribe or subscribe as the case may dictate, and also follow me on YouTube. Coincidentally, I just commented on that question video. Okay, good, thank you. I didn't see, because I'm here working. I'm here doing my shtick. I actually recorded that one this morning. I totally forgot all week. I had it on my thing to do one, and last night we're sitting here watching TV, and I'm like, oh, I got to do that video. So I did it this morning while it was storming out pretty bad. What is that, Mr. Frank? Oh, that's me. I think that's you and I. Yeah, I'm gonna take more pictures for MondoCon for more of these little things. I think I got another follower in, which is nice. That guy makes me laugh. That guy just makes me laugh. What do you meme? See the way they did that? What do you meme? Hey man, do you also react to true crime content? Nobody on Twitch is doing that. It might be interesting to hear your perspective on, for example, police chases. I normally do not. I watch a ton of true crime things. Me and my wife watch Investigation Discovery every night. I love true crime documentaries. I love stuff like that. But I'm not... I also watch the show Cops when there's nothing else on. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. While I love that stuff, I'm not a... how do I say this without coming off like a jerk? I'm a middle-aged white guy. And I don't think in this day and age I should be giving opinions on things that might be construed as anything pro or against the police or Black Lives Matter or anything like that. Like, you want to talk serial killers? I'll talk serial killers all day with you. You want to talk stuff like that? I got no problem with it. That if anybody has anything they pitch at me, that's a fun thing we can talk about. If I know anything about it. If I don't, I'll make a note and we'll come back the next couple of days and we'll talk about it. Peter says, I am filming a reaction video to this Twitch stream right now. Excellent. I want to see that on your YouTube. I see, totally understand how. So a friend of mine has started with his YouTube channel. Could you maybe give some feedback? Yes, message me. Don't post a link on here, but message me. Let me let me. I'm following you now, so just send me a message here with the link to the YouTube, and I will check it out. And also follow me on YouTube, Armand Rosamilia. You can find me on there. All these videos, all the Twitch streams go up later in the day, but then also I have a ton of other videos. I do other stuff on YouTube. Walk and Talk, where I answer listener viewer questions. It could be about writing, it could be about food, it could be about anything. Peter Marsh, who's in here, has sent me a ton of questions that I've been answering, one every Friday. New one dropped this morning. And other random videos on there. There's a ton of content on my YouTube. All free. Just follow me. Alright, perfect. Yeah, I'm a fan of true crime stuff. I just wish media would, TV and film would go, hey, you know what? There's more than these 6 serial killers. Not sick. 6. As in the number 6. As in 6. And let's do something that isn't Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer or freaking John Wayne Gacy. You know what I mean? Let's dive into some of the other ones, because there's a ton of really good ones that we could be talking about, but we're never talking about them. That's what I want to see. I want to come across a serial killer. I'm like, I've never even heard of this guy or girl or whatever. That's what I want to. That's what I want to see. I love that guy. Every time I get the notice for when the Horse's Mouth is doing more episodes, I always look and see if that guy's going to be on them, because I want to let Frank know that he's there. Maybe we can get another thing. Funny stuff, though. Funny stuff. I want deep dive true crime docs on petty crimes. Yeah. And there's, because you have to have 3. So Billy Bob Smith, he stole a Snickers bar. Let's get into an hour and a half on this, and we're just going to talk to his. We're going to talk to his the other kids in kindergarten with him. We're going to talk to his teachers, his family, the arresting officer, the judge. That would be interesting. The guy who took Brack's candies from the bulk display but never dropped a nickel in the box for each piece he took. I mean, yeah, those people. Just taking handfuls of candy and never paying for it. Jerks. That's why that stuff's so expensive now. People steal. People are just stealing that stuff. Thieves, I say thieves. Tomorrow at some point, I don't know if I told everybody, tomorrow at some point Lynn Hansen will be here. Cover artist, author, filmmaker, 400 other things that she does. She will be here. She's going to be spending the weekend with us. She'll be here tomorrow night to spend the night, and then she'll be here Sunday. I don't know if she's going to come hang out with me and my mother for Mother's Day, and my wife, or she's going to stay here. She said she got some work to do, and then Monday morning she is leaving for to head west. Her ultimate goal is StokerCon, San Diego. Or the old ladies who sample the grapes in the produce aisle. Yeah, those women. Ooh, perfect. Give her my regards. Mr. Frank, I will not. I will basically say, hey, Lynn, Mr. Frank, when I told everybody, Mr. Frank was totally quiet. He did not say, hey, give her my regards. Michael says, nice, enjoyed meeting her at StokerCon last year. She did not like you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Michael. For a year now, all she's been saying is how much she hated meeting you. How awful it was to meet a person like you. Why do people like Michael Schroeder exist in this world, is what she said. Or I don't know. She never really said anything. She'll be all like, oh yeah. Frank, doesn't ring a bell. Chuck Buda? I know Chuck Buda. I did several covers for him. He's paying for this trip. Excellent, mission accomplished. You did well on that one then, Michael. So yeah, be cool. So she'll be staying, she'll be crashing with us for a couple days. Yeah, she totally knows me. She said that Shadow guy is suspiciously Canadian. Yeah. She was like, oh, that Canadian Michael Shadow's like, he claims he's not, but who really knows? So yeah, so she's just basically been couch surfing. And she'll make her way across the country for StokerCon. So just staying with us for a couple days, which is nice. Always have a good conversation with Lynn. And I get to see what she's working on now as well. I envy her nomadic lifestyle. Yeah, well, with a family like yours, yeah. I'm sure she has yeah. So yeah, we're going to go down and see my mom on Sunday. Take her to lunch. And then I don't know if Lynn's going to be coming with us or not, but we'll see her Sunday night. We might have to leave her here with the cats. Ben 497, hi man back. Unless you're not a man, then just hi. We Mr. Franks are notorious homesteaders. Yeah, you guys have homesteaded since the beginning. They used to call them Edlersteaders back in the day. That's how home conscious you were. Like your beard. Thank you. It's fake. I can take it off if you want. It is actually very unruly today. I took a shower yesterday morning. All right, I don't put any product in except for some Head and Shoulders. You know, I don't want to get dandruff. And then I walked out the door at 10:30 to go to lunch, and the humidity was about 1,008% here in Florida, and then it just went poof. And then I drive with the windows open too. Still cool. It is still cool. I appreciate you liking the beard. How long did it take you to grow your beard? I've been growing this. I've shaved it one time since I was like 23, maybe. When I was 23, I started losing I used to have long hair, believe it or not, that I would put up in a ponytail. And I had a really cool mullet. No such thing. And I started losing my hair at 23. I was going very, very bald. So I shaved my head. And I started growing the facial hair. And I remember that was like 1993. So a lot of people didn't have that. That was like maybe like more for people in prison or bikers. And I remember going to work. I remember I had a long weekend, and I went to work. I was selling shoes in Mattawa, New Jersey. And my boss was pissed because my head was shaved, and I had the mustache and the goatee growing in. It was very, very short, but my face, and he was like, I do not like that. You cannot, no. And I was like, well, all right, so I'll just grow like a beard. But then I looked even weirder, and he was like, all right, just go back to that. And then I never shaved this. I would always cut it because I worked retail. You can't have it really long, so it was always just super tight. And then 12 years ago, almost 13, when I went full-time writing, then I decided, you know what, I'm going to just let it grow. because I felt the longer it got, my face wouldn't look as fat as it is. That was my perception of life and things. So I let it grow. And I cut it one time, probably a few months before we got married. I shaved my mustache off. I think I cut this super, super short, or I might even cut it off. I think I just cut it completely. I shaved my face completely. And man, my kids hated it. My wife, girlfriend at the time, hated it. And so I was like, then I grew it back. Then I grew like a beard in, but then it was too itchy and I looked weird. And so then I just cut this back. So this has been, I've been married for 9 years. So it's got to be at least 10 years of letting this grow. Now, every now and then my wife will trim it because of all the dead ends. But, and it's a little too long. I get it in my mouth sometimes when I'm sleeping. So there's a whole story there. All right. Ben 497 says, "Man, how's your day going?" My day could be better. Mentally, I'm not having a great day today, but I'm having a great time right now. The last half hour or so, hanging out and talking to people and forgetting my troubles, my woes. Band 497 was my favorite band in 2007. I saw them when I saw Band 497 open for Blink 182, so I know exactly what you mean. So there's a big upcoming of kids in their 20s that has become very wealthy and rich. What do you think about it? I think very good for them if they can do it. I know my kids are in their 20s and none of them are wealthy or rich. I would hope that these wealthy and rich kids were readers and they would buy some of my friggin' books. That's what I hope. Is it a band because it's my name? Your name is Ben 497. Mr. and Mrs. 497, you have a baby girl and or boy. Let's name this child Ben. Ben 497 is now your name. Not many people know this, but Mattawa, New Jersey is the shoe selling capital of the world. Yeah, I worked at a wide width shoe store in Mattawa. I was rich in my 20s. Rich in spirit. I don't even think you were that. Let's not lie. Wow, I have also been thinking about growing a beard since I think it looks kind of manly. It is very manly. Very, very manly. My wife gets home sometimes and all her clothes come immediately off when she sees my beard. And I'm like, hey, we got people. We got company. There's people sitting on the couch watching you getting naked. Calm down. Where can one get your books? Amazon.com. Armand Rosamilia. I have crime thrillers. I have horror books. I have supernatural books. I have nonfiction books. I have a plethora of books. I have almost 200 titles available. If you're asking for a specific type of book, let me know what kind of genre you normally read, and maybe somebody in the feed will in the chat will recommend a couple of books. I don't want to recommend my own books. That's so egotistical. I mean, they're all great. They're all life-changing. And if I could mentally get back into it, I can finish writing a couple of books here and put more out. I will not get any writing in tomorrow because, again, I got that River City Writers Group. I'm doing I'm the special guest there tomorrow afternoon, and then Lynn Hansen will be arriving at some point. And then Sunday is Mother's Day, and I'll have Lynn here for all of the day. No, not Siege on European Village. I don't want to sell that book. I don't even think that's even available anymore, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure that book is available. You find the worst books. If you want crazy, over-the-top horror funny, it's available in my heart. It was available in your 20s when you were rich. Shocker is a trilogy that me and Mr. Frank wrote together. That is a good one. If you like 80s music, 80s New Jersey, and baby Jesus coming out of a toilet, that is the book for you. We're going to Charge my watch. Let me do that. It's charging. Let's see. Bin 497. Account was created 2 hours ago. So you are just on. Alright, I'm following you back. I doubt I'm going to get any writing in after I get off the... especially if it starts raining again. I might just start... I just might lie down and read. Me and the cats. Cats love reading to me. Except, I can't understand what the hell they're saying. I'm like, I think you skipped a couple of words. Because I know when my wife comes home tonight, I'm going to have to... straighten up the house and stuff for when Lynn gets here. Meow on Bigfoot. No, it's high on Bigfoot, not meow. But you're cross animalizing of the book. Animalize, one of my top 30 Kiss albums of all time. How does a day in your life actually look like? It looks like this. It looks like doing a lot of nothing. What's 31st? 31st would be a Live 7. Just not a good album. My day is spent sleeping as late as I can, which is usually 9 o'clock. Because I'm old. Getting up, taking my Rebelsis, because I'm old. Having to wait a half an hour to get coffee. Drinking coffee, doing emails. Then usually about 11 a.m. I will write my first sprint. If it's a Twitch day, then at 12:45 or so I get on Twitch, and I'm supposed to be writing now, but mostly talking. And then I will do some more emails. I'll do some promotion stuff this afternoon. I'll take a nap because I'm old. Do some reading because I'm old. Then eventually my wife will get home from work. We'll have dinner. We'll watch some investigation discovery shows. And then by 11:15 I'm like, I'm going to bed. Then I'll read for about half an hour and then wash, rinse, repeat. Oh, test the one with John 5 on guitar. If they start only wearing makeup on, I have to. That's a good one too. Yeah, I just saw on your LinkedIn that you also code. No, then you have the wrong Armand Rosamilia. My LinkedIn should have my face. If it's any other face, or if it's a cat or something like that, that's one of my cousins. Unfortunately, all first males in my Rosamilia family were all Armando. We all go by Armand or Armand. So there's like 12 of us, which is ridiculous. I'm the most famous and obviously the best looking. But you should have a, if you're on my thing, it's me, like one of these poses, and I'm wearing a black and red shirt. So yeah, there's no coding on mine. If it is, that's a mistake. I bet lots of air guitar practice during the day. Oh, tons of air guitar practice. Tons. Yesterday I was listening to... the hell was I listening to yesterday? I was listening to something yesterday. I definitely was. I was listening to White Lion a lot yesterday, in the afternoon, and especially the first album, Fight to Survive. Not the big commercial albums, but their actual indie first album is now on Spotify, which is a great album. So I listened to a lot of irrelevant 80s bands. There's an Ashley Madison doc coming out on Netflix. When's that coming out? I want to see that. And What Do You Meme says, nice. You also like to travel with your family? No. I hate leaving this house. If I have to leave this house, I'm a miserable bastard. Now, I will be leaving the house the next couple of days, which is not good. I will be in, actually, I'll be in Philadelphia in July. My wife has a convention for her work, and I will be there, and I will also be signing at Vortex Books, Brian Keene and Mary San Giovanni's bookstore, on that Saturday. And then August, I have MondoCon 4 here, which I invite a bunch of authors to come and hang out at my house for a weekend, and we write. And then September, I will be in Nashville at BoucherCon, and I'll also be in Tampa at the NINC convention. And then October, I will be in St. Louis for AuthorCon 4. And then in February, I think of next year, I will be in Orlando for the Gabby Triana I Love Horror one. So far. The LinkedIn I saw had Dead Sexy as a strength. That is me. That's definitely me. Limp Bizkit Wednesday. LOL. Who the heck draws their family? So let me tell you about Mr. Frank. For those who don't know, Mr. Frank has his friend Jeff and Jeff's wife, and they got a kid or 7, something like a couple kids, and they'll do like vacations together. And sometimes Frank will have, like, I don't know, his parents there or another relative. And then his wife's side of the family, there's like 108 people. Literally, it's like if you were Snoop Dogg in the 90s, the entourage Snoop Dogg has is nothing compared to his wife's entourage. So they'll go on vacation, and there's literally like 500 people in like a hotel room or something. It is ridiculous. Like he's got to step over people, and it's like people you don't even like are there, and it doesn't matter because they're somehow a fifth or sixth cousin kind of thing. So it's one of those things where half of the people in New Jersey all leave to go on vacation with the Edlers. A lot of fun. Limp Bizkit. I hope my daughter don't spend that Limp Bizkit money on stupid things. That might be the $20 might be what they paid Limp Bizkit to play the Rockville thing. Rockville used to be up here in Jacksonville, and then they moved it to Daytona. I think it's at the might be at the Speedway now. I don't know. A lot of bands playing. A lot of bands. Some of them I've even heard of. Limp Lion. Yes. Best of both bands. A Mike Tramp from White Lion rapping with a whiny voice. Wait to break stuff. Yep. Little Nookie. Some classic songs there, Mr. Frank. Most people are like, what the hell is he even talking about? I get it. I get it. So I'm still fascinated watching on YouTube, beach walks in Brazil. I found another guy who does beach walks in when the Borland cries. Is West Borland even like with them anymore? Or is he all still working at the Taco Bell over here? Nude beaches in Brazil, but then they have to block out all the boobies. But then one guy I was watching, and he kept blocking out all the women's asses and thongs, and I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. And that's why I'm watching this. So I stopped watching that one. He's still with him. Is he still wearing that dumb mask? I was never a big fan of theirs. Like I was just too old for that nonsense. The only thing I ever did like is on like downloading stuff from Napster. Is there was a live Limp Bizkit. They did House of Pain song. I forget one, but I remember the beginning. Fred Durst's like, "Hey baby, you like House of Pain?" Like in a really weird voice. Like I guess his voice was shot at that point. And then they played a House of Pain song. Yeah, he always dressed up weird. I bet he got his ass kicked in high school. I remember there was a documentary on Limp Bizkit, like shot from like somebody who went to school with him or something. It was like really, really low budget thing. It was like just people who, like they were playing the ViStar Arena, I guess before it was the ViStar Arena. They're playing the arena downtown, and it was like their triumphant return after how long, and then all the people out front were all telling stories about, oh, my sister used to hang out with him in 5 Points, and they would get pizza together. You know, like they're like really lame, stupid stories like that. But of course, nobody from Limp Bizkit or anybody even closely associated with Limp Bizkit was interviewed, except for, it was like New Metal Parking Lot. Yeah, pretty much. Except there was like one guy, this like fat dude, who was like, yeah, I used to play guitar for them or something with them back before, it was Limp Bizkit or whatever. And he had like no, it was really no story. It was like, yeah, we hung out in the garage and smoked weed and yeah, and there's like this one note that you hear on one of their songs, and like that was me. Like I created that, do or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, nobody knows what that is. Shut up. I'm gonna have to find that and watch that again. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. You know what I'm saying? Who can really say at this point? Who can really say? My dog Corn had a drop tune. Yeah, it was, and it wasn't even anything as like that guy would be more interesting than I played these 3 notes in a row, and they used them on one of their songs. At least, like, hey, doing that would be something like, hey, I don't know, almost anything could happen. Womb. Yeah, exactly. Oh, good times. Good freaking times. I think I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just exhausted right now. Mentally drained. I'm going to go. I will not see anybody this weekend. But I will be back on Monday, 1 p.m. So I will see you all then. Have a great weekend. Seriously, have a great weekend. Thanks to the new people that came and hung out with us. Make sure you subscribe. And also make sure you also follow me on YouTube and subscribe. Did Positive Friday turn into Limp Bizkit Friday? Yeah, pretty much. Which is the way every Positive Friday should be. How much more positive can you get? Like we're positive, but let's go that extra layer. Let's talk about Limp Bizkit. So you're all welcome. Significant pancakes. Have a good one, party people. Party people in the house or out of the house or something. I don't know. Something about a house. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend.